Japan has one of the lowest rates of obesity in the world, one of the highest life expectancies, some of the most disciplined, focused, and content people on the planet. And if you look closely, it has almost nothing to do with genetics. It has everything to do with how they think, how they move through their day, the tiny, almost invisible habits that most people outside Japan have never heard of, but that quietly shape every single outcome in their lives. Today, I am going to walk you through 8 of them, not motivational slogans, not complicated systems, just 8 small ideas from Japanese philosophy that, when you actually apply them, change everything. Kaizen. 1% better. Every day. The Japanese concept of Kaizen means one thing: continuous, tiny improvement. Not a dramatic overhaul. Not a New Year resolution. Just the commitment to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. Toyota built one of the most efficient companies in human history using this single idea. Not by making massive changes, but by asking every single worker, every single day, to find one small thing to improve. Apply this to your own life. Do not try to change everything at once. Pick one thing. Make it 1% better. Then do it again tomorrow. The results will be invisible at first, and then suddenly undeniable. Ikigai. Your reason to wake up. Ikigai is the Japanese word for the reason you get out of bed in the morning, not your job, not your obligations. The thing that gives your life genuine meaning. In Okinawa, where people regularly live past 100, researchers found that almost everyone could clearly name their Ikigai. And they believe this sense of purpose is one of the primary reasons these people live so long. Yours does not have to be grand. It can be a craft, a garden, a family, a cause. The only requirement is that it is genuinely yours, not what you think you are supposed to care about. Hara Hachi Bu. The 80% rule before every meal in Okinawa, people quietly say, Hara Hachi Bu. It means eat until you are 80% full. Your brain takes 20 minutes to register fullness. By the time you feel completely satisfied, you have already eaten too much. That extra 20%, repeated every day for years, accumulates into weight gain, inflammation, and accelerated aging. Stopping at 80% is not restriction. It is awareness. It is the difference between eating on autopilot and actually listening to what your body needs. Shinrin-Yoku, forest bathing. In Japan, doctors prescribe nature. Literally. Shinrin-Yoku means forest bathing, not hiking, not exercise, simply being present in nature. Walking slowly, breathing deeply, allowing your senses to take in what is around you. Research shows that spending time among trees lowers cortisol, reduces blood pressure, and strengthens immune function. Trees release compounds called phytoncides, and when you breathe them in, your nervous system shifts from stress mode into recovery mode. You do not need a forest. A park, a trail, any space with trees will do. Go without your phone. Give your mind nothing to manage. That is the practice. Wabi-Sabi, the beauty of imperfection. Wabi-Sabi is the Japanese acceptance of impermanence and imperfection. In the West, we spend enormous energy pursuing flawlessness, perfect bodies, perfect homes, perfect lives. And that pursuit is exhausting, because perfection does not exist. Wabi-Sabi says the crack in the bowl is not a flaw. It is character. The wrinkle on the face is not a defect. It is a life lived. When you stop demanding perfection from yourself and from everything around you, a quiet relief enters your life. You stop fighting what is. You start appreciating it. And that shift alone can change the entire quality of your daily experience. Gaman, endurance with dignity. Gaman is the practice of bearing difficulty with patience and without complaint. This is not toxic positivity. It is not pretending pain does not exist. It is the quiet internal decision not to let suffering become your identity. When you stop broadcasting your struggles, something interesting happens. You stop reinforcing the story that you are a victim of your circumstances. You start building genuine resilience, the kind that does not need an audience, the kind that simply shows up, handles what needs to be handled, and keeps moving. Omoiyari, considerate kindness. Omoiyari means putting yourself in someone else's position and acting accordingly before they even have to ask. It is why people in Japan speak quietly in public spaces, why they clean up after themselves without being told, why they make the small, constant, invisible adjustments that make shared spaces more comfortable for everyone. And the research on this is clear. People who regularly practice this kind of outward focus report higher levels of happiness and lower levels of anxiety. Because when you stop being entirely focused on yourself, your own problems naturally shrink. Kintsugi, repair with gold. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold. When something breaks, they do not hide the damage. They fill the cracks with precious metal. And the repaired object becomes more beautiful, more valuable, more interesting than it was before it broke. This is a philosophy for how to handle your own failures, losses, and setbacks. You are not less valuable because you have been broken. You are not less worthy because you have been through things. Those experiences did not diminish you. They shaped you. And the version of you that has been broken and rebuilt carries a depth and a richness that the version who never struggled simply does not have. Do not hide your cracks. They are made of gold. 8 habits. 8 ideas. All of them small. None of them dramatic. And that is the entire point. The Japanese approach to life is not about sweeping transformation. It is about the quiet, consistent, deliberate choice to do the small thing correctly, and then to do it again tomorrow. Kaizen teaches you that 1% compounds into everything. Ikigai gives you a reason that makes every other difficulty bearable. Hara Hachi Bu protects your body with a single sentence before every meal. Shinrin-Yoku restores your nervous system with nothing but a walk among trees. Wabi-Sabi releases you from the exhausting pursuit of a perfection that was never real. Gaman builds the kind of resilience that does not need to be announced. Omoiyari connects you to the people around you through small, almost effortless acts of consideration. And Kintsugi reminds you, the breaks are not the story. The repair is. You do not have to adopt all 8 of these today. Pick one. The smallest one. The one that asked something of you when you heard it. Start there. Just there. And let it grow. Because that is exactly how the Japanese would do it. If this gave you something useful, subscribe right now. Because on this channel, we bring you the ideas, the philosophies, and the practical wisdom that actually change how you live. See you in the next one.